Hi TupiTubers! I'm Julie, your animation buddy here on the TupiTube channel, and I want to welcome you to our Halloween special! Before we get started, thank you so much for your comments. In this video, since it's witches and costume season, we're taking a break from our usual animation exercises and instead diving into an illustration practice. This time, we'll be drawing two figures that are especially popular around Halloween. Join me for this TupiTube and I'll tell you who they are. In our first exercise, we'll be drawing a Halloween pumpkin, which is essentially a huge fruit that's hollowed out, carved with a spooky face on one side and lit up with a candle inside. This tradition is believed to have started in the 19th century around the 1800s in countries like Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Later, as people from these regions migrated to the United States during the same century, this custom became recognized and popular, not only in America but worldwide. Today, it's impossible not to associate a grinning pumpkin with Halloween. Alright, it's time to start our first illustration. To do this, let's open the TupiTube app and create a new project. Keep in mind that, for this exercise, everything will happen in the first frame of the scene. As for the project settings, this time we'll only need to adjust the line thickness to a value of 20. First, let's draw the outline of the pumpkin, which is somewhat claw-shaped. If you're using a digital pen, you can sketch the shape directly on the canvas. But if you're using a mouse, I recommend using the line tool to create the base structure and then using the node editor to make any necessary adjustments. Additionally, I suggest enabling the grid to help guide the process and get the ideal silhouette. As you'll see in my example, the pumpkin will have 3 curves on the top and 3 on the bottom. Once you've finished editing the outline of our pumpkin, we'll move on to coloring it using the fill tool, also known as the paint bucket. To do this, open the color palette, select the fill color option and choose an orange shade. Then activate the fill tool and click inside the shape to color it. Now it's time to draw the stem at the top of the pumpkin. First, open the color palette and in the fill color option, choose a shade of green that's neither too light nor too dark. Then, assuming you're using a regular mouse, activate the line tool and draw a thin rectangle that tilts slightly to the right. Remember, to finish the line, press the X key or right-click on your mouse. Next, we'll use the node editor to adjust the shape of the stem and give it the curves it needs. Finally, activate the selection tool and click on the stem. In the Order options on the right panel, click on Send to Back. And that's it! We're done with the stem! We started with a white background, but let's change it to black from the color palette to give our illustration a mysterious atmosphere. In the next step, we'll add the grooves that naturally form on the pumpkin surface, which are basically lines connecting the curves at the top with those at the bottom. To do this, change the line thickness to 15 and disable the fill color in the color palette by selecting the fill option and choosing a transparent color. Now, simply draw lines between the edges. I'll be adding 4 lines. Again, use the node editor to curve the lines, giving our pumpkin a rounded look. To continue with our exercise, it's time to learn a new concept: opacity. Have you heard of this concept before? In case you haven't, opacity is a color property that defines its level of transparency. In some contexts, opacity can even be considered synonymous with transparency. For our practice, we'll use this concept to add some shadow effects to our illustration. First, we need to change the line thickness, setting it to a much larger size. In this case, a value of 60. Then, go to the color palette and ensure the border color is black. Now, for the magic, find the opacity fill located at the bottom of the color palette panel and change its value from 255 to 60. Remember, opacity ranges from 0 to 255. The higher the value, the more visible the color is, and the closer it is to 0, the more translucent it becomes. In fact, when opacity is set to 0, the color is completely invisible. We're now ready to apply the shadow effect to our pumpkin. All we need to do is draw the same group lines, but this time make them much thicker and transparent, just like you see on the screen. If you're using a digital pen, you can curve the lines directly. Otherwise, use the line tool and then the node editor to make the necessary adjustments, just like I did. Now, to finish the body of our pumpkin, we'll add a new shadow to the entire outline of the shape. First, let's reduce the line thickness slightly in the brush panel to a value of 40. For the opacity, go to the color palette and update its value to 80. Next, we'll redraw the entire outline of our pumpkin, but this time from the inside. In my case, I'll use the line tool and then adjust all the segments and add any necessary curves with the node editor. As you can see, our pumpkin is starting to project a sense of volume thanks to the shadow effects. Continuing with our practice, it's time to add the eyes. First, let's change the line thickness to a value of 30. Then, we'll make two changes in the color palette. Set the opacity field to 255, meaning it will no longer be transparent. And for the fill color, select the light red. This time, we won't draw the eyes manually. Instead, we'll use the triangle tool located in the toolbar under the Shape section. As you can see on the screen, to draw the first triangle, position it where you want to place it. Then, press and hold the left mouse button while dragging it from left to right and from top to bottom. Next, we'll modify the triangle to give the eye a more sinister appearance. Activate the node editor and curve the outer edge outward and slightly down. For the inner edge, curve it outward, and for the bottom edge, curve it a little downward. And that's it! Now, using the selection tool, position the eye exactly where you want it. To add the second eye, we'll simply clone the one that we already have. Select the eye again, then press Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, and select it once more. Finally, using the arrow keys, move it to the right until it's positioned exactly where you want it. To change the direction of the right eye, go to the Selection Tools Properties panel. In the Transformation section, click on Flip Vertically, and you're all set! Our next step is to draw the nose. To do this, we'll add a new triangle right in the center of our pumpkin's face. Then, using the node editor, we'll curve its edges a bit. Curve the left and the right edges outward and the bottom edge slightly upward. And there you go! Now our character's face is starting to take shape. It's time to add the mouth, the element that will define our design's sinister expression, a menacing grin, to be precise. In my case, the mouth will have two teeth on the top and just one on the bottom. First, I'll draw the outline using the line tool, and then I'll use the node editor to make all the necessary adjustments so it looks like our pumpkin is letting out a big cackle. Mwahahahaha! Next, we'll use the opacity feature to refine our illustration. First, go to the brush panel and set the thickness to 18. Then, in the color palette, disable the fill option by selecting the transparent color. For the stroke color, choose a yellow shade that complements the orange covering the entire head. Finally, set the opacity value to 100. Now, inside the eyes, we'll draw a line that covers the lower and outer edges of our triangle, just like I'm doing right now. Next, we'll add the necessary curves using the node editor. For the nose, we'll repeat the same process, but this time we'll highlight the left and right edges. As for the mouth, we'll only accentuate the upper edge. Alright, it's time to add the final touches to our design. We'll add the last shadows and then we're done. Go back to the color palette and select black for the stroke color. Make sure to set the opacity value to 100. Now, position yourself over the eyes and add a line along the edges that we didn't trace with yellow. Next, repeat the same process on the lower edge of the mouth, inside. Finally, do the same on the right edge of the pumpkin stem. In all cases, use the node editor to align any strokes that need adjustment. TupiTubers, we're done! What do you think of our design? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Oops, almost forgot! It's time to save the project and give it a name. In my case, I'll call it Pumpkin. And as a tradition at the end of each session, I'll be sharing this illustration on our community page. To do that, I go to the top menu, select Post, then click on Post Frame, I fill in the fields in the form that pops up, and that's it! It's important to highlight that during this practice we learned about the concept of opacity, a color component that allows us to create very interesting effects in our illustrations. It's thanks to the level of transparency over any color that we can generate the sense of illumination and shadow in each shape we draw. If you look closely, by applying these effects, a figure that initially appears flat can create the illusion of volume. I hope you enjoyed this practice and feel inspired to create lots of different pumpkin versions this Halloween. Remember, you can change the facial expressions as much as you want. The number of emotions is endless. You could draw a sad pumpkin, a scared pumpkin, a grimacing pumpkin. The sky's the limit. You can even play around with the shape of the pumpkin, making it rounder, squashed, or even a bit warped. The key is to practice as much as possible, and if you end up sharing any of your designs on our community page, don't forget to let me know. I love seeing your work. If you enjoyed this video and want to support TupiTube, don't forget to give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. That's how you motivate us to keep creating more content for you every week. TupiTubers, see you in the next video. Stay tuned!